In John 8:40 it says, "But now you seek to kill me, a man who has told you the truth which I heard from God. Abraham did not do this." Now, a lot of people will take this and say, you see, look at this. Jesus is just a man who has heard the truth from God, and he's a messenger of God. So this may be popular among Muslims to use, Unitarians, especially Iglesia Ni Cristo, in which this is actually one of their top passages they try to use to show Jesus is just a man and not God. But I think I can actually show you that John 8:40 itself implies Jesus is more than a man. So look at the wording carefully. "But now you seek to kill me, a man who has told you the truth, which I heard from God." So Jesus is speaking of himself. You seek to kill me. But then he says, "A man who has told you the truth, which I heard from God." Now, if he were just making a comparison to another person, then he would say, "A man who has told you the truth, which he heard from God." But he's saying, the truth that I heard from God, and Abraham did not do this. So if you look very, very carefully at the grammar there, what Jesus is saying is that you're seeking to kill me when I'm telling you the truth. Abraham didn't try to do this to me personally. He's not making an example. He's talking about himself personally. So what Jesus is implying in this verse alone is that I saw Abraham. Now, the question is, when did Abraham meet a man that was telling him the truth from God? I think, and I could be wrong, this is just my speculation, but I think the closest example to this is Genesis 18, 1-3. "Then the Lord appeared to him by the terebinth trees of Mamre." I'm sorry if I'm butchering these names. "As he was sitting in the tent door in the heat of day. So he lifted his eyes and looked, and behold, 3 men, which I don't believe were necessarily the whole Trinity. I think it was just 2 angels and then God, Yahweh, although angel can mean messenger. But anyway, and when he saw them, he ran from the tent door to meet them and bowed himself to the ground and said, 'My Lord, if I have found favor in your sight, do not pass on by your servant.'" So here is Yahweh appearing as a man to Abraham, and he does bring truth to Abraham. He tells him about how, I'm going to go to Sodom and stuff like that. He is bringing messages to Abraham in this context. So I do think John 8:40 has direct connection to this passage. On top of that, if you keep reading for verses 56 to 59, that's literally one of the most popular texts to prove Jesus is God. So if you want to go to John 8:40, you're going to have to address John 8:56 to 59, in which, at that point, I don't know how you would be able to address that.